What's going on, guys? Welcome back to my channel, and today I'm going to take you through a full day of healthy eating, of kind of some of the foods that I like to eat when I'm eating healthily, because I'm really trying to make sure that in lockdown I'm not kind of eating unhealthily and letting my diet slip, so I'm trying to keep on track of things. I'm going to track all my calories, macros for this video, but at the moment while we're in lockdown I'm not really tracking anything because I just don't really see too much of a point really for me personally. We've not been able to go to the gym and stuff, so I kind of know roughly what I need to eat to maintain my kind of current body weight that I'm happy with, just through finding out what's worked best for me over the years. At the moment I'm just kind of maintaining or being in a slight calorie surplus some days, just because I don't want to lose I don't want to lose any muscle mass if possible, so that just makes sure my body's getting enough protein, carbohydrates, healthy fats and things like that. It's about 10:30 now. I'm going to have some breakfast. I'm not really that hungry in the morning, so just having kind of nothing major, just a little bit to keep me going. So I'm just going to have 2 eggs, 3 slices of ham and 2 pieces of brown bread. And that's it, and I'll work out on MyFitnessPal and see how many calories that'll be. Just wait for the oil to heat up. In reality, this is healthy eating, so ideally I'd have 0 calorie spray oil, but I haven't got any in, so I've just used sunflower oil, just a tiny bit. So that's the egg done. Left it a bit too long before I stirred it, so it's not actually that scrambled because I was trying to mess around with the camera, but don't matter. Just seasoned it with a little bit of salt and pepper, toast, 2 pieces of brown bread. Brown bread is so much healthier, by the way. There's 4 grams of protein in each slice of there's 4 grams of protein in each slice of brown bread as well. Decent. And high in fibre as well, so the macros for this are 451 calories. Normally I'd not add the oil, it'd be 0 calorie spray oil, so that wouldn't have counted, but I did add in a bit of oil, so that was really high in calories, so it's it would have been 450 calories without the oil, and probably with it is probably about 50 more calories. So for breakfast that's 500 calories, 33 grams of carbs, 17 grams of fat again with the oil, so it's probably more like just over 20 grams of fat and 34 grams of protein. So not a bad start for breakfast. So I'm just editing the video now, and I just realised I didn't actually say anything before I had my lunch. So here's a little clip of me making my lunch, which was chicken, rice and vegetables. So that's lunch done. That's one of my kind of go-to meals that I eat for lunch, because it's just really healthy, and it's full of volume as well, so it keeps me full for longer. So the macros of that meal were 72 protein, 72 carb and 11 fat, and the total calories for that meal were 686, so really not that high at all, but like I'm really full, because again it's just eating volume dense food like vegetables and rice, going to keep you fuller for longer, and they're healthy as well. Obviously if you wanted to be healthier you could have switched white rice out for brown rice. I prefer to have kind of bigger meals throughout the day rather than lots of smaller meals, just with I think how long it takes my body to digest food. So I've got a good amount of carbs in that meal to give me energy for my workout that I'm going to do now. good amount of protein, keeping the protein intake high, and low fats on this meal because
I had quite a few fats in the morning and more fats for my meal in the evening. Also, I'd recommend, if you don't have like that much money, buying frozen chicken, because it can just obviously stay in your freezer for ages. It's a lot cheaper, and all you have to do is just defrost it, cook it, like pretty much tastes the same. And it can save you a lot of money, and also you don't have to worry about using it up. Same with frozen veg as well. If you struggle to get your vegetable intake in for the day, then I'd really recommend just buying those frozen vegetable packs, because they don't go off. When I know that was a problem that I had, was buying vegetables and I wasn't using them and then they just went off. But with a frozen bag of veg, it's not that expensive, it's the right amount, whack it in the microwave, 3 minutes, job done. Get all your nutrients from your vegetables that you need. So my total calories for the day so far are 1,137. I'm normally aiming for around 2,500 at the moment, just kind of maintaining around that area, give or take a couple of hundred calories depending on the day, and kind of what I'm doing, what I'm eating. So it's now 7 o'clock and I'm cooking tea, cooking food for the whole family because I'm a nice guy. Decided to have salmon with potatoes done in the oven and veg. So this is what we've got: 6 salmon fillets. Made this marinade for it, which is like a mixture of these, some garlic and some sesame seeds. Just, you know, makes it a bit nicer, a bit more enjoyable. Also, I like pesto on salmon, that's also nice. Probably my favourite fish. I know it's quite expensive though if you can't afford salmon. Any kind of lean fish, white fish, is always good, healthy to eat. So yeah, we've got the salmon. So yeah, we've got the salmon with the marinade, potatoes in there, which got 950 grams. So divided by 5 people. 7 people are in my family, so that's 190 grams each of potatoes for the carbohydrates. Then just got about 60 calories of veg again. Bit of broccoli and some peas. Yeah, and that'll be it for tea. So that's everything cooking in the oven. Got the salmon. Ooh, and the potatoes. So I normally put foil on the bottom for the salmon, but that's like a special tray, so you don't need foil. And that's in there for 20 minutes, and that should be cooked nicely. Then the potatoes, quite a good way of doing them. Chop them up, put them in a pan, cook them for like 10 to 15 minutes, then tuck them out, mash them up a little bit, put a little bit of oil, some paprika on them, and that just makes them a bit crispy, gives them a bit more flavour. Obviously that makes it slightly more unhealthy, but it's still pretty good for you overall, and I've got quite a lot of calories left for the day, so absolutely fine. And yeah, the potatoes go in the oven for like another 15 minutes as well, so they take about half an hour overall to do. So that's tea done. That was 40 grams of carbs, 40 grams of fat and 49 protein and 718 calories. So that's like really I love that meal, really one of my favourite meals to have. Most of that fat came from the salmon, but you need to be aware that fat isn't a bad thing depending on the type of fat. So like trans fats, which are found in like cakes, chocolates, things like that, I think that they're really bad for you, and saturated fats are bad for you. But these are in things like fish and eggs that I had earlier. These are unsaturated fats, which are healthy for you and good for you, and you need in your diet, because they contain things like omega-3 fatty acids and things like that. So you might see 40 grams of fat and think, oh, that's a lot for that meal, but actually that's good for you. It's not bad, because it's things that your body needs. The main thing to consider if you're trying to lose weight is avoiding saturated fats and trans fats as much as you can, really, and just avoiding sugar. And sugar's the thing that's really unhealthy and will make you gain weight quite easily. So the total amount today so far is 155 grams of protein, 145 grams of carbs and 69 grams of fat. So yeah, that takes the calorie total up to 1,855 to the day. In like a pizza, for example, you can have 2,000 calories, and that can be like your calories for the day. So it just shows like how important it is to eat healthy, and how much you can how much food you can get for a little amount of calories if you do it right and eat the right foods. Tonight I'm doing a quiz with some of my uni mates, have a few drinks. So normally, you know, it's the weekend, gotta relax, have a bit of fun, enjoy myself. Well, the best I can in this situation anyway. So it's a few days later now. I didn't end up having the smoothie or the protein shake on Saturday because I had a little bit too much to drink, as you do. So I'm gonna add in the macros of the smoothie and the protein shake that I'd normally have onto the food that I had on Saturday and just show you them now. So yeah, this is the protein that I'm using at the moment. Impact Weight Gainer Chocolate Smooth flavour from My Protein, which has 388 calories in it, 50 grams of carbs, 6.2 grams of fats and 31 grams of protein. And that's the macros for this protein when you have just over 3 scoops of this Impact Weight Gainer. To be honest, normally I'd recommend just having standard whey protein. I just got this one because when I was trying to bulk, when I was working, I was finding I was struggling to kind of get enough calories in, so it's just kind of something quick and easy that I can get enough calories in with, and just make sure that I hit my protein intake as well. And you might think, you might think it's weird having it with water, but it's actually not that bad, and I struggle to like digest milk, and it just kind of makes me bloated, so normally I just have it with water, easier to digest, and there's less calories. And if you are trying to cut out your calories, could be a tip to have it with water instead of milk. So I did record myself having a fruit smoothie as well, but that footage corrupted. The fruit smoothie that I had looked something like this, but the smoothie I had was just a mixture of frozen fruit from the freezer and a banana mixed with water, and I just made it in one of those. I've got a NutriBullet smoothie maker, so just whizzed it up in one of those. And it was 214 calories, 45 carb, 3 protein and 3 fat. I love having smoothies. They've been a game changer for me because they're low in calories but really filling, and I like to have them at night because they stop me snacking on unhealthy foods. And also obviously fruit's really good for you. They're full of vitamins, antioxidants, nutrients that you need. And anyone that says that fruit is unhealthy because it contains fructose is stupid, an idiot. I don't know what else to say, because you'd have to eat about 10,000 watermelons to intake enough fructose for it to have a negative impact on your body. I mean, that's a slight exaggeration, but you get what I mean. Like, there's way more fructose in a can of Coke than there is in having lots of pieces of fruit in a day. It's so minimal in the amount of fruit. So my total calories for the day, if I'd have had the protein shake and the fruit smoothie, which I normally would have, would be 2,457 calories, 239 grams of carbs, 78 grams of fat, and 189 grams of protein. So that's like a perfect healthy eating day for me. Around 40% carbs and 30% fats and protein. With all these meals you can have, I could have slightly small portions, and then kind of allow myself a bit of room to have like a ice cream or a little snack or something. Like, there's so many ways you can work a diet to make it work for you, so that it's like, so that you enjoy it, and it's not really a diet, it's more just a way of life, and you enjoy it. It's not seen as like a chore. So yeah, I hope you enjoyed the video and found it useful. That's kind of a full day of healthy eating for me and some of the foods that I like to eat. And yeah, I'll see you in the next one. I think that's going to become my new thing.